Donald Trump has said the U.S. officially recognizes Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, sparking warnings it will lead to violence and seriously harm the Middle East peace process. The president said the move was long overdue and a necessary condition for achieving peace. He also confirmed that planning would begin to move the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Speaking from the White House, Mr. Trump overturned decades of U.S. policy, declaring Israel as a sovereign nation with the right, like every other sovereign nation, to determine its own capital. Acknowledging this as a fact is a necessary condition for achieving peace. Video: Jerusalem move. A recognition of reality. Middle East neighbors and countries around the world say it will increase tensions in the region and harm the Israeli-Palestinian peace process. Iran warned it would provoke Muslims and lead to an increase in radical, angry and violent behavior. Mr. Trump stressed that his declaration was not a judgment on the final status of the disputed city or any borders. It is not intended in any way to reflect a departure from our strong commitment to facilitate a lasting peace, he said. Image: Palestinian demonstrators burned the U.S. flag in Bethlehem's Manger Square. Vice President Mike Pence will travel to the region in the coming days, with protests expected to intensify and U.S. government employees and citizens abroad warned to exercise caution. Islamist group Hamas said the decision opened the gates of hell on U.S. interests in the Middle East. Jerusalem is a flashpoint because it is home to sites which are holy to Muslims, Jews and Christians. Analysis: Why does Donald Trump want to move the U.S. Embassy in Israel? Image: Israelis know this area as Temple Mount, Palestinians as Haram esh-Sharif. Most countries agree its status can only be settled by inclusive negotiations and do not recognize Israel's claim to the entire city. Israel insists it has been the capital of the Jewish people for 3,000 years and the country's capital for 70 years. Its Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, praised a courageous and just decision and said it was a historic day, as he urged other countries to follow America's lead. David Keyes, Mr. Netanyahu's spokesman, told Sky News it moves peace forward in a very clear and simple way. He said it corrected a historical anomaly, a great historical mistake that denied Israel the same right that every other country around the world has, which is to define where its capital is. This is a historic day. Jerusalem has been the capital of Israel for nearly 70 years. Jerusalem has been the focus of our hopes, our dreams, our prayers for 3 millennia. Jerusalem has been the capital of the Jewish people for 3,000 years. Thank you. At Real Donald Trump Israel United States pic.twitter.com Kapumpik, Benjamin Netanyahu at Netanyahu December 6, 2017. Palestinians, however, want East Jerusalem to be the capital of their future state. Israel captured and annexed the area in 1967. President Mahmoud Abbas reacted to the U.S. move by calling Jerusalem the eternal capital of the state of Palestine. World powers have also been quick to condemn Mr. Trump's move. British Prime Minister Theresa May said in a statement, "We disagree with the U.S. decision to move its embassy to Jerusalem and recognize Jerusalem as the Israeli capital before a final status agreement." Image: Israel celebrated by projecting flags onto the walls surrounding Jerusalem's Old City. Our position on the status of Jerusalem is clear and long-standing. It should be determined in a negotiated settlement between the Israelis and the Palestinians, and Jerusalem should ultimately be the shared capital of the Israeli and Palestinian states. France's President Emmanuel Macron told reporters this decision is a regrettable decision that France does not approve of and goes against international law and all the resolutions of the UN Security Council. Image: protesters gathered at the U.S. consulate in Istanbul after Mr. Trump's announcement. Iran's foreign ministry said the provocative and unwise decision would provoke Muslims and inflame a new intifada and an escalation of radical, angry and violent behavior. Turkey called it irresponsible, while Egypt's foreign ministry also rejected the U.S. president's declaration. UN Chief Antonio Guterres said he was against any unilateral measures that would jeopardize the prospect of peace for Israelis and Palestinians, and that there was no plan B to a two-state solution. Mr. Abbas said the U.S. decision was a declaration of withdrawal from the role it has played in the peace process. He said Palestinian leaders would meet in the coming days and consult with Arab leaders on their response.